Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to the scene for The Living Legend of Five Rings. This scene takes place in the governor's residence on the south side of the river of Kaidan the newly built building, still partly being constructed by artisans from the capital. And out waiting in the flower garden is Togashi Asura, uh, slightly fashionably late, as the dragon often are, being the most mysterious of the clans. But he has been waiting there for some time to introduce himself formally to the governor. And when this happens, is he doing anything particular in the garden? There's some kind of very basic feng shui flower arrangements. Koi
If
pond.
it's I've played Alpha before, I don't think it's anything unhonorable to play he'll sit in the garden and play his flute.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. And after a little while, maybe half an hour, a uh, a young lady, although she looks maybe older than she is because she looks very tired and overworked. Her hair is kind of slightly messy. Comes out and bids you to enter.
He'll thank her and enter.
Upon entering, you enter essentially kind of courtly room. It's not that big, and on a kind of like raised small diocese is the figure of the Otomo Lord of the area. And he kind of just slightly boredly bids that you come forward, kind of gestures with his hand. And by his side is a person you would recognize as Sapun Isao, who you probably was probably the person that like greeted you at the gate as you entered, who you would know is the Yojimbo of the governor Otomo Kaiushin.
So he'll step forward and he'll do the deep bow. Good evening, my lord. It is my honor to present myself to you. I am Togashi Asura of the Dragon Clan.
He nods. A pleasure to have you coming to this place, Ashura-san. I hope your journey was not too full of hardship.
I have traveled before. It was nothing that I was not too unused to.
This is good. And he waits expectantly.
Sorry. If you will accept it, the dragon that stands before you has a gift, one that lies in the form of a tale, not in the form of a tale that is written, for paper can be burnt and lost, but one that is to be told, and one that I have come up with myself. For a memory well kept cannot be burnt and cannot be taken away.
He raises an eyebrow. Surely such wisdom is best confined to among friends. I could not accept such an honorable offering. He looks very bored.
Okay, then bye. No, I'm joking. He'll say, the dragon before you hopes that you will carry the message that lies in the story, that you may tell, so that the rest of the noble land of Rokugan may shit, I had a word, may profit from it.
Another eyebrow raise. You must be mistaken. I am of the Otomo, not the Maya. I am no herald and no messenger.
Wait. It is my belief that the Kamis have meant for me to tell this tale to you. It is in my belief that the beyond beyond family. The Kamis have meant for me to thought of this tale, and have meant for me to tell it to you. I must insist.
Insist? He looks slightly at his Yojimbo, who is looking plainly forward. Well, if you must insist, I would not dare to offend you. And if you speak for the Kami, then I am mistaken, for I had heard that you are of the Muramoto Bushi school, but I must be mistaken. It is unusual for the Shikinja to wear the daishio of a samurai. He's clearly mocking you at this point.
The dragons like to share tale. Like to share their tales. Never not well. Wait, how can you say it? Like to share their tales. Like he doesn't care. It doesn't matter if what family they are from or what school they follow. Well, yeah, they like to tell tales. That they're like to share tales because it is believed that people of all schools and all families have tales to tell.
Well, in that case, I must surely accept. I hope that, unlike the tale on the symbol of your family, the great dragon, this tale will not be too long. And he sits back and he looks pleased with his pun.
A man was once sent by his lord to go beyond the lands that were known, and so he went under the orders of his lord. But there came a point where where there was a ravine, and he fell upon the ravine. Surely he thought he was lost, but as dust, as sand and clay fell on his back, he brushed it off. This is when he saw that the clay and sand that he brushed off laid before him as a step. And so as more clay and more sand laid before him, it fell on him, he brushed it off, and it came more and more steps. And so as the further he sorry, how can you say this? And so eventually the steps came high enough for him to go beyond and across what was once a ravine. He had brushed what was once a weight on his shoulders to make way for his duty. The land that stood before him was undiscovered, and he had made his way there through his own, and so he became the lord of the new land. And he'll bow again.
Interesting. I understand the metaphor, but in this case, what does the sand and clay represent on his shoulders?
If one learns to brush away their problems and the weight on their shoulders, he can learn to make them tools to walk forward.
And what sort of problems would they be? Surely a samurai who knows his place has no problems.
There are many problems. For an example, as a bushi, the moment I have an enemy, the enemies become a sort of problem. if I know how to deal with them, they become an experience, and I know how to deal with more enemies. I have learned from fighting with them.
I'm no Bushi, I would not know. Is this true, Isao? As Yojimbo nods. Hi, Lord. Well, then I shall endeavor to learn from the legendary wisdom of the dragon. If I ever find dirt or clay on my shoulders, I shall simply brush it off, rather than punishing my personal assistant. Thank you, you are dismissed.
Thank you, my lord. And he'll
The Seppun steps forward at this point. Ashura-san.
yes. Sorry, what is Seppun Sama? I think is the proper way to say it.
Yeah, for someone
Yeah.
higher ranking.
Yes, Seppun Sama.
It is our understanding that you've been sent here as a scout. The recommendation has been that you know the land well and that you will serve under the cartographers in mapping this province.
It is indeed what I have been sent here for, yes.
Then you should report to the cartographer's office immediately and introduce yourself.
Then I will. Seppun Sama.
Good to know. Also, you are of the Miramoto Bushi School, correct?
Yes, I am.
Your school is famed for your skill in Aijutsu, so I will make a point of telling you if you require a jewel, it must be approved by Lord Otomo here. Your life is his now, your duty to him. You must put it before the pride of your clan. And I will tell you that jewels to the death are likely going to be prohibited.
Understood. I would have it no other way, Seppun Sama.
Good. Then you are dismissed. I hope you know there is an small Aijutsu tournament being held. I do hope that we will see your mastery of Niten.
And he'll say, it will be an honor to compete in this competition.
Good.
And with that, with the bow again, probably the last one to be proper, he'll leave and go to the explorer's cartographer's office.
Sure. And with that, I think we can call it a scene.
Okay. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. See you on another episode.